Hey guys, this will be probably one of the most absurd things which I have been doing myself, and in general never seen anything or anyone doing something like this before. So it's why it makes me think that it's super weird. And for example, right now where I am living, I have my neighbor living on one side of the room, one side of the wall. I have another neighbor living behind me, and I'm sure that they can hear me at least speaking. Like, we don't necessarily need to understand what I'm saying. For example, when in the mornings, I can hear my roommate speaking, I can hear very well everything what he's saying. So maybe the case, and in general, the idea of someone, for example, him finding out this part of me, which is very insecure and vulnerable. I feel like I'm giving him some kind of power, but at the same time, like, what is he gonna do about it? Know it? Yeah, thanks. Cool. Now he knows it. So, in general, like, what does to me the fact that he knows that, for example, I'm not as confident as I could be, or that I am not as strong. Does it even mean that I'm not as strong? For example, me speaking about it openly, I think it doesn't. Like, it has nothing to do with your inner strength, your strength of your character, and etc. So yeah, I think it should be chill. Also, like, what would you do at this time of the day? Like, it's 10 in the evening, you came from home, you came from work, you sat down, and probably what you're gonna do now is watch some series, right? Like, that's what most people do. Watch some series, YouTube videos, etc., just to get shit out of your head and relax, enjoy. For example, I don't think he went straight to sleep. Also, to my knowledge, he's paying quite a big amount for the flat for his room. I think it's twice as big as mine, and therefore he could definitely find something cheaper for the same amount of money, and also something as good, maybe to live by himself. But see, it's his choice. So probably he has no care at all for whatever happens around his walls. Talking about the one behind me, well, that's a different story. At least I'm not speaking to that direction, right? Actually, I don't even know if I started the video at this point. And I mean, I have an idea how I could check that. I have to take a this. Yeah, it's filming 3 minutes 29 seconds. Well, I hope that you guys can also. Okay, I see that my phone is a little angled, but it's okay, at this point. There isn't much I can do here. So I just wanted to have to complete this self-assessment in a way, to complete this goal of just me sitting down and filming, filming myself for 40 minutes straight with not stopping, not a single time, and just keep talking, keep yapping for different reasons, and probably to make it the most chilled. Also, okay, now it should be also charging, so there is nothing can go wrong. It's just me, my phone, my camera, and my own thoughts, my communication, whatever I want to say. I'm saying it right now. So, man, I'm yawning. Usually when I have a big dinner, I tend to lose my breath in a way, if I can say that in this context. Yeah, but that happens. So also I've been thinking of what kind of stuff I can speak for. Like it's 40 minutes, right? Like I've never done this shit before. But for example, if I, let's say, if it's somewhere where I want to be, right? Like just me, my phones, my cameras, and people who I care about, which are could be my subscribers even, and me sharing some important knowledge with them. Something, let's say, I took from my notebook. So, for example, let's try and look through my notebook to see if there is anything, any lesson which I took for myself, which I can share with you right now. So, mhm. So preparing for the interview, it's kind of boring. Myself, I've been. Maybe I should start with the video actually talking about myself and my life. Who am I? What am I? Why am I here? What are the lessons I learned so far? Yeah, could be the case, could be something I could definitely look into, and then maybe even at some point in the future thinking of extracting that and using for smaller videos, which nah, it's not gonna work because as you can see I'm filming horizontally. So yeah, because this is a video for YouTube, this is a video for a long communication, and hopefully, like, why do you don't need to hope here, you see. Like, if there is something what you can do, and if you are staying consistent in this direction, then it doesn't matter. Like, I don't need to tell myself, oh, I hope it's gonna work. Man, chill, of course it's gonna work. What else is gonna happen? There is nothing else. Like, if you are consistent for, let's say, a year straight, for 365 days, let's say I'm filming not only something small, like shorts, but also like big videos where I speak for every day for a certain amount of time unstopping, then for sure there is going to be some kind of difference, right? Maybe that's something what I can do. I have a month, and for this month, I can practice daily speaking, just me, my camera, and my thoughts and me speaking. There is nothing else, just this. And of course, noises from the background, which probably later on I will cut by this background noise remover in CapCut, so it's gonna be easy. I really hope that it's filming. I'll check one more time because I don't want to see it and then realize that it wasn't. Okay, it is filming, and it's already 8 minutes 42 seconds. So I also hope that you can see the end of my hands. I really don't understand how it works. I can't see, that's the problem. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to get myself a timer. For example, now it's 10:05. So as soon as it will be 10:35, I'll be able to stop the camera and then just upload it as it is, and it will be one of the videos. It will be the first video in, and I already know how I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it something like speaking with myself daily, speaking with the camera daily for 40 minutes until I develop an expertise, or until I, or like, not one that, just speaking, um, speaking with the camera by myself. Um, having a monologue for 40 minutes straight for 30 days to improve my communication skills. That is something what I want to use. I like to write ideas down. For example, this is a notebook, and as you can see, a lot of pages are used already. So let's use another one to write down this idea. I really don't like the idea that you have so much shit here. Oh my god, my mate. Like, why am I having a mouse here? This can go away. This can casually hang there. This I don't need here. Pillow. Why the fuck do I have a pillow standing? Pillow should be laying down and chill. This idiot. Why would I even do it? Like, what is my problem? Okay, so I hope that if I click on certain keys on the keyboard, it's not gonna switch on the computer on which I have the book, on which I have the phone, so it's not gonna like influence anyhow what I'm doing. Let's continue to use the same one here. So what is gonna be? Having a monologue with myself, or speaking for 40 minutes straight until, I don't know, let's say speaking for 40 minutes for, I don't like this idea that you have to use for twice here. For example, how could I say it more easily? I could say something like, speaking for 40 minutes. I don't care. Speaking for 40 minutes for 30 days to improve my communication skills. You see, it got to a point where I'm in general bored from doing simple stuff, or not only from this, I'm bored from not moving in the direction that I want to move in. Like, it just boils everything inside of me. Like, I know that I can do something better. I can do something better, something different. I know that there is better for me out there, and in order for me to have it, I need to do certain steps. Of course, I need to start with something very small, something very simple, what maybe at first I'm not even enjoying doing as much, or where at least I don't see a purpose, or if I'm afraid of what my neighbors think, and I don't want to be loud, I don't want to be uncomfortable for other people. Well, you see, sometimes it's just something what you have to sacrifice. Like, you have to sacrifice that feeling of being scared, feeling of being out of place, and etc. So that's why I couldn't sit and do anything else but this. This is something what it's so funny. Now what I'm thinking, why there's so many shit I can do? Why me? What, like, me? I feel like I'm showing here a lot of time because there's like a part inside of me which drives me from the inside, from my gut. I could say it's a gut feeling, and it drives me to placing my ass on the chair, placing the camera in front of me, and just talking yapping for 40 minutes straight and then posting it on YouTube. What's the purpose of it? I don't know. Not a single clue. I don't know. I'm the person who loves statistics. I love data. I love understanding something before doing it, before going there. So usually the way I would do it is I would try to understand what is more trendy, what is more, what has more benefit in this, and I would just go do that. But at some point I'd stop because I wouldn't like it as much, because it would be a lot not coming from the idea of what do I want to do, but it's more about what do I think I need to do. And shit, I think that's something I'm obsessed with. Like, I don't know, like what, like why am I even thinking that I'm obsessed with the camera? Is it, now having like a question in my mind whether the obsession can be something what was brought to you by other people. Is it a fake obsession or is it my own obsession? So let's explore this idea, for example. By the way, I need to think that I'm doing it all for myself. I think that helps in general to get your thoughts clear. So I'll be focusing on using these evenings when I can just talk for whatever amount of time for myself, for my self reflections, and so on. So, what I'm like, again, let's go back in time a little and watch a podcast of Chris Williamson with one of his guests. I don't unfortunately remember the full name of the person. So we were discussing this idea that there is, Chris said that there is three things, three separations, three levels of feeling towards anything. Doesn't matter. The phrase goes, discipline is when I will make myself do the thing. Motivation is I want to do the thing. And obsession is I cannot not do the thing. So I'm saying this now because I've been reflecting back on why am I even sitting down and speaking to a camera while there is so many other things I could be doing, but only this thing feels right to me. And it's been a long time I've been ignoring the feeling. I really wanted, I was trying to move in this direction for a little in the previous years, but I never really dedicated myself, my full self to it. I never really understood, I never said to myself that this is something what I want to do and I'm going to do this no matter what. I haven't. So it does feel to me that it's something what I cannot not do. Because, for example, today I've been, I have so much different things I can do. I can read a book, I can go for a walk, I can listen to music, I can play a computer game, I can call someone, right? I can do push-ups. I can try to write music, try to make a bond. Like I tried coding, vibe coding, for example, recently, and I could do that right now. So why, instead of doing all of that, I'm just sitting here by myself and speaking for a limited amount of time, right? So I'm just happy to understand that it seems that all these years, my girlfriend just called me, and I knew what is gonna happen. I haven't told her yet, well, I did now. What am I doing? And I'm sure she was confused to hear it. She said so too. But anyway, I'm happy to tell her. And so yeah, the only thing is that I really, like, I cannot not do this for some reason. I wish I knew why. Well, I kind of know. I really reflected on it. Maybe it will be a different video, like why where it's coming from. But it's true. For such a long time, I was kind of feeling towards it. I was feeling towards doing something like this, and I was never really, like, I was never actually doing this. So I am very happy to do it now, and from now on I'll be doing the same thing for another 30 days. You see, this idea came to me only after I sat down, launched the video, started my monologue, and then 10 minutes in, this idea came to me about me doing this more often, maybe even creating a whole playlist of videos about this, and seeing how much I will be able to develop my communication skills, my monologue skills, my reflection skills, if I do it for 30 days straight. Cool, right? I think so too. Sometimes I just say stupid stuff or overconfident stuff because you have to. Only you can pull yourself out of the mud of life. Okay, so what I've been saying is that I'm really happy that finally, after all these years, I was able to find something to understand it, to hear myself screaming from the deep. Something like, hey, Lev, I want to make videos. I don't know why, I just wanted to, just let me do it. And I was always, oh, small Lev, this is not right. Look at all this data here. Look at this graph. Look at this pie chart. You see, it's not gonna give you any successful anything. There is no future in doing this, my little one. You better do something more important, something actually perspective. And this was keeping me away from doing it for such a long time. Now, basically what I did is I said, fuck you, and I did it anyway, and I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care. I just like doing it, okay? Bear with it. That's the reality right now. Over. You lost, I win. Kind of I lost, I win situation. So I'm happy about it because all these times I've been questioning myself a lot about what do I think I want to be doing, what is that something what I would be doing if even if I had all the money in the world. I'd be fucking filming. I'd be fucking filming and posting this on social media, on YouTube, whatever, making these videos. Because it's fun, you know, it's something I like. And by the way, soon I'm gonna have a very interesting content. It's gonna be a wedding of my brother, and my brother is turning. It doesn't matter how many years he's turning. He's having a wedding. Anyway, he turned 24, and he's having a wedding back in St. Petersburg, back in Russia. So I'll film all my full experience. I'll try to film as much stuff as possible. It will be maybe 1 hour long video. I'll be happy even if it's longer than that, 1 hour and a half, maybe. Fuck shit, fuck this, let's do it. So why not? And need some water. This is male bottle, all right? Not those Stanley. Careful here. Male bottles. Stanley cups are amazing. For girls. The only the only thing from which you can drink allowed for men, and I just don't know how to say it in English. I know how to say it in Russian, but I don't have the word for it in English. You know, it's not like a plate, but I want to say all the possible things where you can pour stuff, like from which you can drink stuff. So they can be different. They can be like this, they can be doubled, they can be whatever, it doesn't matter. Cups. Maybe, but more professional word I'm trying to find. All right, well, the only cup is allowed for men to drink from is a protein shake protein bottle. That's the only. Normal cups suck. You can't use a normal cup, otherwise you'll be just saying some bullshit here. Anyway, so back to the point. Not even about the wedding. The wedding school will try to film it perfect. Back to the reason why am I sitting here and making these videos is that I finally feel like I found something what I want to be doing and what I will be doing no matter what. I have so much doubts, like really so much. I have so much uncertainty. Like it's overflowing. It's fucking erupting like a volcano inside of me. The only reason why I keep going is because I like it. Simple. I just don't care about the result. I'm enjoying the process. Of course, I'm hoping and believing in the result. I believe that it's gonna end up good for me. I believe that I will get certain level of success here. But I don't care if it's. I don't care if it doesn't. Damn, that's so cool. So also, you know, a lot of times, not times, but like I spend a lot of time thinking of what's my superpower. Is it filming? Let me make sure. It is filming, and it's already 10 minutes 51 seconds. So I'm on a good track. Altogether, it's already more than 30 minutes, and it's been so fast actually. Like it doesn't feel long to me. I hope you will not be able to hear all that background noise which is happening behind the closed doors. So, a lot of time I spent on thinking, what is my superpower? Because from what I see, a lot of people, they have their own superpowers. For example, there is let's take he's a Russian one. No one really knows about him. Well, maybe Mr. Beast. What's Mr. Beast's superpower? Well, I'd say that Mr. Beast's superpower is his how do I even call it? Is the idea that he's never stopped recording. You know, like he had so many reasons not to, but he still did. He pushed through. And look where it got him. Is it his superpower? I'm not sure. Can people share superpowers? For example, I don't think it's a superpower. I think it's just a question of staying consistent and performing that one action per day that makes you one step closer to where you want to be. So, nevertheless, I was thinking my superpower is my ability to stay positive, my ability to always find positives in any negatives. It's been proven to me that even at my lowest situation, like at my worst situation, like there is no worse situations in life than this. Like, you know, for so many people it never happened, and it did for me because of my own actions. And even there, I remember I've been thinking to myself that it's not so bad, that this situation happened in my life to teach me something, something very important. So what this lesson is, what should I take out from this situation? How do I make sure it never happens again? And of course, yeah, I've developed so much after. So why talking about superpowers? Well, I remember I started this video with reflecting back on why. Well, I mean, like starting this video, like the second part of it. Like I was reflecting, like why am I sitting here? Why am I doing this? That I found myself enjoying doing this. And superpowers, I don't fully remember. Well, you know, forgive me. Okay, I need to stop using also the phrase, you know. It's awful. So many people use it. I don't want to use it. Such a sentence breaker. So forgive me for my I would quote myself. I just don't know how to say the word again. Okay, I have something what I can say the way I can say it. I believe also, instead of me just ignoring my inadequate vocabulary errors, instead I will pay enough attention to think through each one, to go through each one at least in my head once, and try not to repeat it again. Because I believe that's the way how I make this 30-day speaking challenge actually beneficial. Because if I just speak non-stop, then I won't have time to reflect on the way I'm speaking, on the kind of words I'm choosing, so it won't be effective. And I want it to be the most effective, so I don't care. I'm playing by the rules of the game of life, but I'm making my own rules in activities I'm doing. I'm not getting paid for it. No one is standing nearby. No one is not nearby, but like no one is standing next to me with the stick. So I'm doing it only, like I'm doing it all by myself. I have initiated this. I have thought of how am I going to do this, and I'm going to post this. So I can create my own rules. And one of the rules is to not speaking non-stop, but speaking with pauses and reflecting on what you have just said, to make sure that you, like, you see, for me right now, in general, for anyone to learn to speak without paying as much attention in public, on the stage, on the podcast, you need to know that first of all you can, second of all you need to be used to it. And of course you can say like a lot of stuff without caring as much how you said it, but maybe it's not going to sound as good. And I want me to sound amazing. Like I want, because I'm not planning to make this my career. Maybe actually I am. Dream big, big. So I don't know. I think it is actually, like, thinking that, yeah, I'd love to make it my career. You know, third time. Only what I noticed. I would love to make this, in general speaking, my career. For example, I could speak to a group of people and try to help that group of people to develop something on their own, to help them develop themselves, to help them develop skills in public speaking, to help them develop any other skills which are very useful in everyday life or in pursuing the career we want. And of course, speaking would be so important for me to learn and to develop as a skill, because as also I stole it from Chris Williamson podcast, as well as the book I read, which is now in the cupboard. I'm not going for it, no. the phrase goes, I don't fully remember. I think clarity and I don't shit, I don't remember. I have it written down in my notes. Well, surely it has nothing to do with my notes on my iPad. Yes, of course, nothing here. Well, it's such a nice phrase. It's something about the way you speak, that if you speak clear, and probably the second one is confident, then people pursue you as credible, knowledgeable. Well, you got the idea. So maybe trustworthy as well. Well, I'm thinking myself, like when I see a person speaking clearly and confidently, what do I think of that person? So trustworthy is definitely one of them. But you also need to be empathic. No, I don't like. There's so many people who speak very clear, who speak very confident, but they lack empathy. And very, for me personally, I hate listening to such. Like I don't. I just in general I don't listen to them. But I love listening to people who are empathic, who are clear in their mind. Like the way we speak, we don't have this, like we know what we're talking about in a way that, like, oh man, there's so many different thoughts in my head right now to be able to like focus on something specific. For example, I'm thinking how much time is there already has been accumulated for this video. 23 minutes. Shit. You see, it's too long that I know there is no way I'm going through each minute and thinking of what am I removing and what am I keeping in the video. So I just gonna leave it as it is. Oh man, fuck. I don't know how am I going to generate the captions for this because it's so long and my CapCut has told me to fuck off because I don't have the pro subscription. Alright, anyway, do I need, who needs the subtitles on long YouTube videos? I don't need it. Shit, chill, man. Alright, well, it's kind of all. I don't have, I have a lot to say. I have a lot to reflect on. But I believe it's enough for the first video. It's already longer than 40 minutes, so the goal has been accomplished. Now I need to put it together and then just post it. Simple. So thanks everyone who's watched this far. Right now, like for example, I believe that, you know, I know I have always had this two me's fighting inside. One is saying, well, it's not also like they're not really fighting, they're just yapping, and they don't care about what our one yaps. They just like yapping. So one is yapping that no one even is gonna see this video, and like who am I saying bye to, who am I saying hi to. Well, maybe hi some people, but bye definitely not. But my other me is saying that maybe I'll get crazy successful and people would want to see my first video, so they will click on it and watch it fully through. What if, okay, I don't care about the time. What if, let's say, in 5 years, okay, 5 years is maybe too much, let's say in 2030, after 4 years, someone has found my YouTube profile and thought, damn, I wonder what this guy's first video looked like. And then it's gonna scroll. Ah, no, you don't need to scroll, you can just click the oldest on YouTube. Yeah. And he'll see this video, for example, right? So my question is, what should my YouTube account look like, my in general future self? What should it be about in 4 years? Where am I heading with this? That's a question for the next video. So I'll write it down. Very important to write ideas down, because otherwise they're just words with no meaning, no future action, nothing. Okay, so question for my next video is, what I want my let's say future YouTube self to look like, or look like, or to achieve. Like, what do I want my future self, my YouTube future self to achieve? Alright, so with this, I'm starting my next video, which will be tomorrow. And for today, that's all. So, yep.